Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic plan stakeholder engagement. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam or PMP in near future. So let's start, friend. First of all, I request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, plan stakeholder engagement is basically a process defined in the Project Management Body of Knowledge (PMBOK), which is a book issued by PMI, which is a non-profit based organization based in USA, and this institute basically issuing different industry standards, best practices for project management, and a very popular project management certificate (PMP) is also issued by PMI, Project Management Institute. So now the plan stakeholder engagement means that you will plan that how you will engage stakeholder in your project. Now, friend, a stakeholder is a person who has an interest in a project. Either he will impact the project, or either he is impacted from the project. So that is why he has the interest in the project. That is why he is called as stakeholder. Now engagement means that involving the stakeholder in a project, means that, for example, CEO from the customer side is a very important stakeholder. If he involved in the project, so definitely his involvement gives value to the project, and it will adds a value, it will adds support to you as being a project manager for the completion of a project. So basically you will plan that how will you engage, how will you involve the stakeholder in a project. Now here's a question, that how will you engage him? For engagement, obviously, if you will talk, if you will if you will complete his expectations, fulfill his expectations, if you will basically talk about his interest, try to solve his problems, so obviously the stakeholder will be involving in the project. So now first thing is basically the identify stakeholders. So identify stakeholders means that first of all you have to identify the persons, internally or externally. Internal means belonging to your own organization, and external means belonging to outside your organization. For example, internal means the project manager from the vendor side, the functional manager from the vendor side. For example, the software development team, the development manager, all those are the internal stakeholders. External stakeholders means the customer side project manager, for example, the CEO from the customer side, CTO from the customer side, the operation manager from the customer side. All those are the external stakeholders. So also like the sponsors, regulatory bodies, and so all those are the external stakeholders. So friend, basically we have to identify the stakeholders who has interest in a project, or the person who is affected by the project or may have an impact on the success of the project. So we first thing is the identification of the stakeholder. Next is the basically assess stakeholder engagement requirements. Assessment means that we need to understand the needs, expectations, interest of these stakeholders, determine the level of involvement required for each stakeholder group based on their influence, interest, and potential impact on the project. For example, a person who has a great interest in a project and a great impact on the project as well. For example, CEO from the customer side, he has great impact on the project, he has great interest in the project, and his expectations are also very high. So obviously you have to understand that his engagement is also very important. So you have to plan that how will you engage within the project. Another person who doesn't have any such interest in the project, his impact on the project is also not very high, so obviously his engagement is not very important for the project. So he will require a less engagement. Then determine the stakeholder influence and impact. Influence means, friend, the how he can basically influence the project, and impact means that what he can do, how he can impact the project. For example, friend, this information helps in prioritizing stakeholder engagement efforts and resources. So for example, a person who has a great knowledge about the project, okay, so obviously he has a great influence on the project. A person, he has so much, he is high in designation. From his one signature, resources can be removed from the project, or the funds can be stopped, for example, so he has a high impact. A person who has less impact, for example the operation manager, he has influence but impact is medium. Okay, so that is why you have to understand, you have to document, determine the influence and impact of every stakeholder. Then define the engagement level. Engagement means that, friend, categorize the stakeholder based on their desired level of engagement. Few stakeholder needs, for example, daily updates. Few needs on weekly basis. So you have to define the communication channels. For example, email, meeting, status report, and frequency for each group. Okay, that what type, at what level you need to do the engagement with each stakeholder. Then develop stakeholder engagement strategies means the you have to understand, you have to involve communication plans, collaboration tools, feedback mechanism, and other strategies to ensure effective engagement with each stakeholder. Every you have to basically, you have must have the strategies to develop the stakeholder engagement. Every stakeholder needs different strategies, so you have to plan it accordingly as well. Then document the plan means that the stakeholder engagement plan must be properly documented. It should outline the strategies, methods, frequency of communication with each stakeholder group. It serves as a reference guide throughout the project. Then get approval means present the stakeholder engagement plan to relevant stakeholders or project sponsors for approval. Ensure that the plan aligns with the project objectives and organizational goals. There should not be any ambiguity. There should not be any ambiguity among the stakeholders about this stakeholder engagement plan. Next is the implementing the plan means that stakeholder engagement plan should be properly implemented. Start engaging with the stakeholders based on the strategies and approaches outlined in the stakeholder engagement plan, and regularly review and update the plan as needed, as required. Then monitor and adjust means continuously monitoring the stakeholder engagement plan throughout the project. Gather feedback from different stakeholders, assess the effectiveness of the communication strategies, and make adjustments to the plan as necessary. Flexibility is a key to adapting to changing stakeholder needs. So, friend, the project managers can enhance communication, build positive relationships, and address stakeholder concerns effectively, contributing to the overall success of the project through planned stakeholder engagements. Friend, thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching.